Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me today. Shalom. Move this out of the way. All right, not intentional, but it's interesting, the question of the day you asked. You'll see what the Risepreneur's take on what does it take to be successful. Either way, my name is Baruch Hagbash. I'm with Risepreneur, founder of Risepreneur. I'm here with Alex, my partner. We've came up with the program. It's a community-based program that kind of fills the need of what we're missing right now in our education system, we believe. And today we're going to look at Risepreneur as one of the options as an alternative to college. So recently, there were in the last year or so, we started to see news publishing ideas of major brands not requiring college education to be hired, right? So that kind of caught my attention because, you know, like we see the trends and sometimes we ignore, and when we realize it's too late, right? For example, look what happened to Blockbuster versus Netflix, right? And look what happened to Blackberries and Droid and iOS. And I can bring countless examples where, like for example, also Uber and taxi cabs, right? So right now there's a trend in education that is happening, and what should we do about it, right? So, and it's, again, major companies, Google, IBM, Netflix, Bank of America, and more companies come up with this. And why are they doing it? Why is it no longer required to be in college? So to explain that, we're going to look at the transition. If you look at the class 100 years ago and the classes today, you will notice in a lot of schools, the physical appearance is one thing, right? I'm not so crazy about the physical appearance. They're about the same, but above and beyond that, the actual curriculum, which was created and which we adopt from generation to generation, from decade to decade, it's more or less the same. We're conditioning our kids pretty much to be good followers, good workers. The industrial age is over. Right now, we're in the age of information. We should look at things completely from a different angle. And here's the main reasons. There's a lot of reasons. I picked up 3. Ask yourself this question. Who would be the fastest to see the industry change or some kind of trend? Would it be a college, university, or it would be the company itself? Company itself. So when they notice this and they see this as a requirement, what do? They go and approach colleges and universities and say, hey, this is what we're seeing. We need to make sure that the curriculum should kind of cover that, and the kids should be ready before they come to us. So by the time the whole approval happens and everything, it takes about a year or so. By then, guess what? Information changes so fast, it becomes irrelevant anymore. So then the next reason, jump a few screens forward. All right. Let's try it another way. So second part, a friend of mine back in the day when I was 22 years ago, told me that you never have to know anything. You just need to know where you can find information when you need it. And now I really appreciate what he was telling me. Look at Google, YouTube, Alexa, Siri, right? We no longer need to remember phone numbers. We don't no longer need to do any calculations in our heads, right? We just tell Siri, what's this and this, and we get the answers. Even in English, we change some terms, right? We don't say go search online. We say go Google it, YouTube it, right? So things changing. Now, another major thing is, I see this again and again as a business coach, traveling from company to company. Companies realizing now that we got to have something in-house. You'd go to pretty much any brand, major brands right now, whether it's Google or McDonald's, they have internal universities. The company that I visited recently, Zappos, they have their own, besides the university that trains about what needs to be done at work, they have additional abilities for employees to learn unrelated subjects. right? Like if somebody wants to learn law, go for it, even though it has nothing to do with the customer service that they got employed for. So employees being trained by managers. Left? Oh, beautiful. So anyway, yeah, so they will teach the specialized skill much faster within the company than when they would go to actual college. Now, what makes people successful, right? Some might say it's schooling, grades, IQ, money, luck, and everything. At the end of the day, based on the research that we made, we see that the bachelor's degree that you get does not matter if it's from private university or not. It does not create any necessarily success or higher paycheck, right? And we also see that majority of entrepreneurs did not actually finish or graduated from colleges. Then we also see that believe it or not, if you're not an A student, there's more likelihood of you becoming a self-made millionaire, which is kind of crazy not to encourage kids to get A's. Then also seeing that there's nothing to do with the because middle class, this is where most of the self-made millionaires transition to, right? So, okay, so what we realized that our Risepreneur stake that we've done, it's basically coming from soft skills, and that's what Risepreneur is all about. I guess we can cover the rest inside of. That was interesting. So, bottom line, what we're looking for is these three things. We're looking for trainers who can offer us and use our platform as specialized knowledge, the curriculum that they want to share with kids. We're looking for business coaches to expand our network, and we're also looking for nonprofit organizations that focus on teenagers and youth at risk to possibly collaborate with us and use Risepreneur's curriculum to help their needs. Thank you, and with that we'll go to questions.